Avoid these healthy foods if you want a healthy heart. Heart disease is the leading cause of death for men and women in the United States, regardless of race or ethnicity, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Dr. Elizabeth Claudas, a Mayo Clinic and Johns Hopkins trained cardiologist and founder of Step 1 Foods, recently shared the 5 foods she avoids to protect her ticker. Of course, you don't need to be a nutritionist to know that you won't benefit from a consistent diet of cheeseburgers, donuts and French fries, Claudas wrote. But there are a number of popular choices that are not as healthy for your heart as you might think. Skim milk. Although skim milk is lower in saturated fat than whole milk, Dr. Claudas recommended you switch it up and try alternatives. Instead of dairy, try almond, cashew or macadamia nut milks, which have more unsaturated fats. Other choices are soy, hemp and flax milks. If you're worried about not getting enough calcium, add broccoli, kale, oranges, beans, edamame, figs and other calcium-rich foods to your diet. Diet sodas. Less sugar doesn't necessarily equal health. Artificial sweeteners should not be considered a healthy and safe alternative to sugar, French researchers wrote in an observational study, even considering the extensive use of these substances in products on the global market. In addition to water, maybe with some fruit or mint, Dr. Claudas said she drinks tea, which is full of heart-healthy compounds that help fight inflammation and cell damage. Black and green tea have been associated with a lower risk of heart attack and stroke. Bread. Many people are surprised to learn that bread and baked goods are some of the biggest contributors of sodium in our diets, Dr. Claudas wrote. One plain bagel, for example, contains a third of the American Heart Association's recommended daily intake of sodium. A healthier alternative is bread, in which you can see grains and seeds throughout, and that have at least 3 grams of fiber per 100 calories. Margarine. If you need to spread something creamy and delicious on your multigrain bread, you'll want to check the ingredients in your margarine. Although partially hydrogenated oils were banned in 2015, many margarines still contain palm oil, which can raise your cholesterol, said Dr. Claudas. Margarine made from olive oil or flax oil are better choices. Olive oil contains only minor levels of saturated fat and no trans fats, she wrote. Granola bars. Although touted as a healthy alternative to candy, many granola bars contain added sugars, artificial sweeteners and palm oil, the downsides of each previously mentioned. Instead, Dr. Claudas wrote, eat raw nuts by themselves and oatmeal for breakfast. Use dried or fresh fruit as a sweetener instead of sugar.